Now, do you want to know about everything? And I mean literally everything. The last 13.8 billion years. If you do, all you need is this book, apparently. And the author, Christopher Lloyd, is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Stephen.
The history of absolutely everything.
That's it.
In this.
That's it.
All right, you're going to have to talk me through this.
Well, it's 13.8 billion years, as you correctly said, from the beginning of time all the way through to the present day. And the whole idea is to create a story, because the real world is more amazing than anything you can make up. That's my honest belief. And the idea is to try and connect knowledge together. You know, children and adults are all victims of a system where we chop everything up into different subjects and timetables and syllabuses, and we often fail to see the way that things connect. And actually, natural history, the Stone Ages, ancient history, the present day, there are themes that keep coming back again and again. And this is a way to glue it all together for anyone aged 9 to 99. That's the idea.
Right. So I'm intrigued, though. Well, I'm very intrigued. Pick a story here. You've got looking about sort of the Roman Empire and Jesus to robots.
Yeah.
And dinosaurs. I mean, how on earth do you connect those?
Well, actually, it is all connected because, you know, it's all the story of nature and culture. And we tend to think human culture is different from nature, but it's not. It's an expression of the natural world. And many of the things that we think are just unique to our species are actually things that are happening with other animals and, you know, originated in the age of dinosaurs, believe it or not.
So is there a sense then by picking our way through this that it's all about joined up thinking?
Exactly. I mean, that is the real key, because they say that's the way the brain works. And whenever you connect two things that you didn't realise were connected, you get a little shot of joy in the brain and you go, wow. And it doesn't matter whether you're in China or in America or in Iceland or in the UK, everybody, when they feel that sense of connection, goes, wow. So it's a natural way for the brain to learn.
And so from doing that, from getting that connection, what you're saying is it opens the brain up to enlarge itself, exactly. To expand itself.
Of course it does, and that's what neural networking is all about. It's not what computer scientists are discovering. How to make a computer go, wow. You know, when they can do that, then artificial intelligence will really have come of age.
My brain is going a little bit wow over your fabulous coat.
Oh, yes.
Now, what is this all about?
Well, this is about trying to make the story accessible, just like the book, but, you know, I don't think of myself just as an author, but as a storyteller. So I go to lots of schools and festivals and museums, and what I try and do is give children and their parents and grandparents a chance to engage in the story themselves by showing them how everyday objects in the world around us can be linked to amazing stories over 13.8 billion years. And there are 15 chapters in the book, so I have 15 pockets, 15 objects, and you can choose any object you like, and I will try and explain how that object is linked to one of the most amazing moments in the history.
Go on, pick randomly.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Number 9.
Number 9. Let's see what number 9. Stephen, have a tennis ball. Now, this is actually connected with sport. And sport is often missed out of history lessons because what's sport got to do with history? But actually sport is an amazing part of human culture. And the bouncing rubber ball was invented by Olmec people in Mexico more than 2,000 years ago. And because you don't know where it's going to bounce from one moment to the next, they thought maybe it was controlled by the gods. So instead of fighting each other with wars when they had disputes, they had a ball game. And the winners would win everything and all the treasure of the losing people, and the losing people would have to be subservient to the winners. But sport ever since has been really a way for people to compete without actually, you know, having to sacrifice themselves or lose their lives in war. So conflict resolution, sport, a huge theme in history all the way through from 2,000 years ago to the Olympics.
Wow. Number 11.
Oh, good grief.
I could do this. I could do this.
We could, yes. Oh, Chris. We could. Why don't we do that? Well, there we are. Look, maybe we could put this on, actually.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you could just support that. But this takes us to the year 1215. I don't know. Who was the King of England in 1215?
I don't know.
Okay, he was very unpopular. No other king's ever been called this name before.
Ethelred?
No. A little bit after Ethelred. His name was John.
Oh.
King John. And people were so furious with King John because he thought all his power came from God. He could do anything he liked. He could lock you up because he didn't like the look of your face or steal your money. And people then rebelled against him and said, actually, King John, you can't do anything you like. You've got to obey a set of rules. And for the first time, they set out a set of 63 rules, which they called Magna Carta. And as a result of that, the king had to obey the law rather than do anything he likes. Now, how many themes are there that connect us today, 800 years later, with the idea whether the rule of law is actually, you know, the way in which we're going to control ourselves, or is authority with the people in a referendum, or with Parliament, or with a judge, or with Europe, or all these issues that were surrounding people then are the same ones that surround us today.
You see, what intrigues me about this is that, I mean, I know that people may look at this and say, well, it's great for children, which it clearly is. But actually, it's pretty good for the rest of us, isn't it?
Well, I really hope so. And it's not just about connecting knowledge, it's about connecting generations, you know, and getting them to talk about things. So
I love it. Christopher, thank you very much indeed. Really good to see you.
thank you.
And this is staying on for the time
This is
being.
King John.
I love it. Isabel, let's get a check on the weather.